gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to BEI Live. We are back with another episode and ready for another amazing show for you today. I'm here, co-founder Dr. Nicole Rankin, with my partners, and I would say Dr. Angela.
Girl, name it.
Name it.
Yes.
Dr. Angela Hooper Minifield. And Cedric LaFleur, aka Zeus, is in the building.
Hey, I'm here. It's me live.
There you go. How are you all doing this evening?
I'm always doing great.
Awesome.
So good.
Love it. Love it. Well, guys, we are in the second month of the year already. It is February 15th. And, research shows that 80% of people abandon their goals and New Year's resolutions that they make by February. It's done. So I thought that as we're doing this roundtable for this session, that it would be good to have a conversation to business owners about business growth and how to keep our listeners in the right mindset, the right frame of mind to continue to build and grow their businesses. Because no matter what kind of business you have, you're going to want to increase your sales and grow your revenue, right? And so there isn't a one-size-fit-all cookie-cutter strategy to every business, but there are key strategies that you can use to give your business the best chance of growing. So we're going to talk about this tonight, but we really go in depth in our business boot camp with these strategies. But today we're just going to touch a little bit. So, one thing that we do to help entrepreneurs first is when they come to the boot camp, as it relates to business growth, is to understand their market. And so this is so important. And we talk about market research and looking into your market and learning your market. So, how has market research helped you grow your business? And why do you feel this is an important foundation for business owners to do?
So, Nicole, I'll jump in. If you don't know, well, a couple of things. Number one, you got to get a clear picture about where you want to be. So market research can help you figure out, one, what is happening in that arena. Mm-hmm. Because while I can sell a similar product or a similar service, because, more than likely I am, very seldom are we creating something new, something that's never been done before. But if we do the market research, what it does for us is it helps us to understand where are the gaps, or what would be a differentiator, So, sometimes I use the analogy, like, for instance, hamburgers. There are hamburger shops on every block, right? I can name you 5 that I know very well. I like hamburgers, but each of them, if you look at their branding and their marketing, they do it a little differently, right? So for instance, we go to Five Guys, it's always fresh, right? It's cooked to order. There's no prepackaged burgers, but it's still beef. Like, they didn't do anything different to the beef, potentially. Burger King was flame broiled, right? So if you do the market research, what it helps you to understand is, yeah, I can still get in this market. But now that I've done my research and I know what the others are doing, I can figure out what will be my differentiator. Or maybe there's something that everybody is doing except one thing. And then you could say, okay, great. Well, now that could be my niche. But if you don't know, one, what's happening in the market, 2, what other people are doing, what people are buying, who has the different percentages of those markets, and then 3, using that to figure out where will you find your place, what's going to be your differentiator, whether that's I want to be, the lowest price, maybe I want the best beef ever. So my burgers are $20 a pop. Now that means, again, my burger's not for everybody, right? But that's where I want to stake my tent, as they say, right? Or pitch my tent. And so market research can help you grow your business, because once you get clear on that kind of information, the sky's the limit, because now everything you do hones into that. So my marketing could be pay more, but eat better, right? Now, boom, and I just made that up, guys. Don't hold
I like that. I like that.
But it just speaks to, I decided that I wanted to have a $20 hamburger. So immediately everything I do should be in harmony with that. But if you don't do the market research, you're all over the place. And that's what we see a lot of when people come to the boot camp, right? They all over the place. And we do such a great job, and I'm going to pat us on the back, of helping them figure that message out. So for me, that's what I would say why market research is so important.
Yeah, and I agree 100% with everything that Angela said. You know, to win over potential customers, we must first understand how they think. Right? And market research is going to help you understand that. Whether you're writing a story or you're selling a product, your message must be clear. Right? They must understand and know what it is you want. Angela talked about the $20 hamburger, right? You must tell them what it is you're selling. You're not talking about perfume and cologne when you're going to sell a hamburger, right? They need to be clear what it is that you're selling. And Angela's right. In our boot camp, this is what we try to help people understand. And I'm in like this. I saw this quote in a book by Donald Miller, Building a Story Brand, and he said, people don't buy the best products; they buy the products that they can understand the fastest. You see. And so your market research is going to help you understand how your customers think. And then you have to deliver a message to them that's clear and succinct so that they can buy from you.
You know, those are amazing tips, right? So when we talk about, a lot of business owners don't even know their market, don't even know their industry, and they try to go in business and try to figure out why it's not working. So doing that market research, like you all said, it gives you a competitive advantage because you know how to position yourself, you know the right messaging, you know who you're targeting, you know what's going on in your industry. So that is a great way to think about, to start when you're looking about thinking about business growth and development. So another way, when we think about business growth, things that you can do, and we see a lot of these now, very, very popular, is sales funnels. And I know, Angela, I know you previously mentioned that you're going through and using sales funnel in your business, and you have a specific goal that you want to achieve in this year. So can you explain a little bit about how business funnels can help take a business to the next level?
So sales funnels are actually something that we all use. I think sometimes we're unawares that, you know, because people misunderstand like what a funnel is. And our guest last week, you know, Joel Lewis talked about that. But a funnel it could be, you know, if you think about it like this, right? Like this is a funnel, you know, this is the top and it narrows down. Like if you funnel oil or something like that. The funnel is the thing at the top, right? You're trying to get as many people in it as possible. So you just want to open yourself up and say, hey, I'm here. You know, here's this free list. Here's this top 10 guide. Here's this free ebook, right? That's a way a lot of people use funnels. And Russell Brunson with ClickFunnels refers to them as squeeze funnels or lead funnels. So basically you're giving them something for something in return. And what you typically get in return is like an email address or a text, a phone number or something. But once people enter your funnel, what you're doing now is nurturing them. And what you hope to do eventually is to create a relationship where they'll buy from you. But everybody who comes in at the top, just like, you know, again, when you think about the way it looks, they won't end up at the bottom and fall out as that client, that coaching client, for instance, if you have a coaching business. But maybe what they do is they opt in and buy your journal, you know, so they do something at a higher level of the funnel. But the funnel is the process to help you weed through all the traffic to find your tribe. You know, we also talk to our boot campers about finding your people. You know, I'm a coach, you know, Dr. Nick, you're a coach, Cedric coaches, but guess what? We don't necessarily have the same people. Now, there may be some overlap, but in general, you know, we have that particular person we're looking for when we describe each of us our ideal client. But if your ideal client doesn't know where to find you, you got to create a net wide enough to rope them in. And so for me, how I try to use funnels, it could be something as simple as if I speak somewhere, I've been known to PDF my slides and make that a handout. Because, you know, we've all been in the presentations, right? And the people are trying to take pictures of your slides and like, hey, could you slow that down? We didn't get a picture of it. And so what I tell them instantly is ahead of time, don't even worry about the pictures. Focus on me, because guess what? I'll give you my slides. And I give them PDFs. I don't give them a PowerPoint presentation. It looks similar to a handout. And how you get it, you go to this funnel. So you give me your email address and I'll give you my slides. And then you don't have to worry about taking pictures, hoping you got everything. And instead you can be in the moment and listen to my presentation. And of course they're like, oh my gosh, thank you. That's so nice of you. Yes, it is nice of me. And it's going to be real nice of you to give me your email address, right? So it's a reciprocity.
Yeah.
But everybody that comes into this is not looking for the same thing for me. Some of them really only want my slides and they'll never do anything else with me. But some of them will want to take a deeper dive with me. And by now having their contact information as I offer programs and do things, I can nurture that or let them know it's happening. You know, we talk a lot about social media too, and that's a great way to market, but we also have to know, is this about timing, algorithms, and everything else? But if you have their information, you can literally deposit that directly into their mailbox. And another thing I'll say is, the last thing I'll say about funnels is most of them now do require that once a person joins your list, they have to double opt in. So again, it's not that we're spamming people, right? They have said, yes, I want to be on your list.
No, that is good right there. Because when we think about building growth, I know a lot of entrepreneurs that struggle. How am I going to get leads? How am I going to constantly get people coming into the business? So you just shared gold. I hope you guys are listening out there. If you're doing a presentation, I know I do presentations all the time. And the first in the chat, can you send me the slides? Can you send me the slides? And oftentimes we're like, yes. But now thinking as a business owner, creating that funnel. Sure, you could get the slides, but I'm going to get your email first, right? So I love that. And, you know, this is all about positioning yourself for more sales. And Cedric, you know, in our business boot camp, you provide an intensive sales training. Our boot campers are afraid to come to that session, but once they leave, they're happy they went through it. You know, so you provide an intensive sales training for entrepreneurs, and you always say that if you're in business, you're in sales, right? So can you share just a couple of maybe sales strategies for our audience, and then speak to why it's important for business owners to see themselves in the sales business?
Yeah, you know, you're absolutely right about the intensive sales training. And here's the thing, no matter what line of work you're in sales. And here's the thing, you should want to be in sales as well, because see, sales pays all the bills. And if you're in HR, we don't need HR if we don't have sales. If you're in finance, if you're in anything like this, we don't need all those other departments if people are not out there selling. Right? Because sales is what's going to bring in the money. Everybody else is spending the money. Right? So now here's 2 points around sales. The number one rule of sales is never let anything interrupt the money hours. Nothing interrupts the money hours. Whatever your money hours are, is that 8 to 5? Is that 9 to 5? Is that 10 to 2? Whatever those hours are that you're working, let nothing interrupt those hours. See, your money hours are the hours that you can dictate what your income is going to be. That's the beautiful thing about sales and being paid on a commission. You get to control how much money you make. And here's what I always tell my reps. I'm going to know if you're out there working or if you're just sitting at home eating Twinkies and ding dongs, right? Because it's going to show in, Angela talking about the funnel, it's going to show in how many leads you have in that funnel. How many customers are going through your funnel at all the different sales stages. We're going to know if you're working or not. The proof is right in the pudding. All right. But today, for example, is 20% of your sales week. Just one day is 20% of your sales week. 2 sales days make up or are equivalent to 10% of your sales month. Now, to have 2 slow days each month is equivalent to having more than 1 full month of slow days throughout the year. Think about it. 2 days a month times 12 months, that's 24 days, sales days that you would be losing. Now think about how many times you want to lose sales days. So never let anything interrupt the money hours. The next thing is open strong. See, a strong opening and a strong closing can make or break a deal. And if you start with a weak opening, guess what? You're probably not going to win that deal. Your chances of winning it are going to significantly decrease. If nothing else, you have to excite your customers with a strong opening statement that means something, right? People, I'm going to give you a little secret here. People want to be led. And when you lead them with a strong opening, you're going to lead them more likely to a nice close. That's the benefits of it, right? So I'm going to leave you with those. Now, everything else, you got to come to the boot camp and get it. Because if I give you too many secrets, then we got to keep going, Nicole, because
that's right. We're not giving them all the goods, just a taste.
We're having a moment of product placement.
I can see.
Just a taste. Don't give them all the goods tonight. We just want to give you a taste. And the taste that you even just gave is gold. So if they are really listening, they'll take action in what you just said in understanding the sales. But to go deeper, we go deeper in that boot camp. So we're talking about business growth. So we talked about market research, doing your market research, having sales funnels, and getting comfortable with sales and being able to have an open and close. And so another aspect of business growth is increasing customer retention, right? So it's not enough just to get new customers from your business. You also need to keep your existing customers coming back. And so what we know is that customers are loyal to a brand because they believe you offer the best service or the best product at a higher quality than anyone else. And this happens regardless of pricing, because we know that if it's good service or good product, we're going to pay for it, right? People pay for what they value. And I know, Angela, you have many recurring clients, and I love the product placement. You have, many recurring clients in business. I know you do a lot of contracting and you do a lot of renewals, and also teach about branding as a part of our business bootcamp. So can you speak to why building a positive brand is so important to business growth?
So brand is one of those things that it took me a long time to really wrap my mind around after I became a business owner. And it's interesting because, as we do the boot camp, I just think about, even going back to what Cedric was talking about, don't interrupt the money hours and everything we've been saying. Like, it took some of us years to grasp all of this. And so branding is one of those things. And whereas if you join the boot camp, you can get it in the early stages of your business. But brand is all about who do you want to be, and how do you not only how do you want your client to see you, but what is your reputation with them, right? So there's, it includes both. So for instance, I could want my brand to be that I'm wholesome and, that we got family values. But if when people see our name, they be like, yuck, they're, creepy or whatever. My brand, what I'm trying to project is different than what it is my reputation is. And so it's really important, but it's so much more. It's the continuity. Think about the things that when you see it on the shelf instantly, you already know what it is before you read the label, because you know their colors, mm-hmm. Their logo. Now over the 3 years, that BE with that, that I that's looks like an octagon, or is that a hectagon? That's our logo. And when I see it, I always know what it is. And so again, but it's all about branding. The colors, like if somebody saw something with BEI and it was in blue, we'd be like, what's that? What happened? Because it's red. It's like we have stayed true to the brand, but it's so much more than that too. It's the experience that people get, whether that's you want to create a professional experience, a lighthearted experience, trustworthy. How do you want to be projected? And then living into that. And so again, when we do that, we're creating something that people value. People want to know what to expect. It doesn't even matter that you give them everything that they want, but they want to know what they're getting when they buy. So for instance, when we go to franchises, think about it. If you go to a Chick-fil-A, and I'll use them as an example, and the person doesn't say, welcome to Chick-fil-A, how may I help you? My pleasure. You'll be like, I'm sorry, is this McDonald's? Is this like,
I know I do.
You'd be confused because that's part of the brand.
Yeah.
So the question for us is, what's the brand for your business? As a result of giving people that consistency and that dependability, and they always know what to expect, they will be loyal to you. Because day in or day out, I know if I go to Chick-fil-A, no matter how long I wait in the line, the person's going to be gracious, bring me that food. You know, it's just certain things that I know to expect. And I think for my business, I definitely see client retention is even a higher priority than a client acquisition. Because if I can get my clients to stay with me long term, they're as good as any marketing dollars I can spend anywhere else. Because one, they're endorsing me every time they renew, because they have options, right? They've already sampled me. They know what I'm bringing to the table. But yet if they say, hey, Angela, you know, Minifield and Associates is really serving us well, we'd like to renew our contract. That's an endorsement beyond just taking a chance, because getting them the first time is not as hard. It's like a first date. You know, who amongst us hadn't gone on a first date that never saw a second date, right? So me and Cedric don't remember that, but we probably did too, right,
Cedric? See, folks, we trying to be serious over here. She playing.
but she's spot on, right? Because it wasn't hard to get you to try them out. Like you said, break some bread, have a cup of coffee, whatever. But once you heard the conversation or saw some other things, you'd be like, nah. That's what your clients are saying to you, right? When they don't renew, they're saying, yeah, I tried you, nah. Yeah. And so that retention is really key. So yes, I pride myself in retaining my clients and going above and beyond. And another reason why this part is important to me is because, like, even with the cable company, has anybody ever noticed, like, when you watch the advertisements for this DirecTV, Dish, or whatever, they always treat the new clients better, give them better rates. Like I left one of them for that reason. I have been with them 9 years, and I saw this ad on TV, like, join now, $29 a month. So I was like, can I get that $29 a month? And they were like, no, that's for new people. And I said, really? I said, so I've been with you 9 years, never missed the payment, I can't even get a piece of a deal? No. So then I left. And then after I left, guess what they did? They tried to call me back and pull me back with the $29 deal. So yeah, it's about just showing the people who've stuck with you through it that I appreciate you. I see that as well.
So important, guys. You're getting the goods. If you're just tuning in, we are talking about business growth and development, making sure you stay focused on building your business and strategies that you need to focus on for business growth. We talked about market research. We talked about sales funnels and just getting comfortable with sales, and how now your branding is so important for your customer retention. So, you know, if you are thinking in that position of looking how to grow your business, get more leads, make sure you're taking a lot of notes. So let's keep going on. Let's give them some more. Let's give them some more. Now, Cedric, you know, one thing I watch about you and I see you excel at is your business. In your business is strategic partnerships. And you have done this with school districts. You've done it with dealerships, restaurants, so many entities, right? And entering in a strategic partnership with another business can give you a chance to reach a broader network of customers and really align growth with your strategic goals in your business plan. So can you share about forming these strategic partnerships and how you manage those relationships over time?
Yeah. So, you know, strategic partnerships come in really two forms, two ways, the way I see them. The first one is getting a long-term partnership with a customer, not just a vendor client relationship, right? And I'm going to talk about that. The second one is when you partner with other people who are in the same area, and you guys partner up on some deal to help you grow and expand, teach it, and all this type of stuff, right? So let me go back to the first one. The first one, when you gain these long-term partnerships with customers, and Angela kind of mentioned it, right? Getting a second deal, a third deal, fourth deal, I call them the long-term deals, right? Multi-year partnerships, contracts with the client, and you do that because one, well, you do it when you know their business better than they know their business, right? Mm-hmm. They start looking at you as a partner, a consultant, and not just a vendor, not just someone else coming in here giving me some product or service, right? The second thing is by being a resource partner, by bringing new ideas, suggestions, recommendations to them, but before they realize that they need it. You're introducing them to something that it's not even in their awareness yet, but you're introducing it to them and saying, here's something you need to be thinking about. I just had a good conference call today with a potential client that they're building my house, by the way, and they want to develop a leadership development program for their organization. Guess who they called? And I said, well, just so happen, you know, it's going to cost you the same price it cost me to build this house, right?
Cedric, they probably said to themselves, if he can afford this house, then he must know what he's doing in the leadership development space.
That's it. And we just had a very nice call. Now we have a big presentation set up coming up here in a couple of weeks where we're going to roll this out. See, it's building strategic partnerships with other organizations. Then the second one part of this is collaborating with people who believe what you believe, but they think different thoughts, right? In other words, they're going down the same road. They understand business the way you understand it. They understand leadership development, training, and mentoring, and all this type of stuff. They have the same mindset that you have. So then, in order to help you expand and grow, do some things, give you greater bandwidth, you partner with people. I have a partnership. I partnered with Angela on a deal. I'm partnering with Nicole on a deal. I have some other people that I partner with on different things at different levels, right? It allows me to get a lot more accomplished in the same money hours, if you will, right? And then it's also helping them. It's a win-win solution, right? It's helping me grow my business. It's helping them grow their business. And ultimately, the client is being better served because now we're not having to, delay. Well, I can't do it here because I have something else booked or whatever. It allows that flexibility. So you always want to be thinking, how can I strategically partner with someone? How can I strategically help this client become better? So I become a trusted advisor. I become considered a consultant. I become be considered as a resource. They call me asking for my thoughts. Even if I had a pathologist that would call me when I was still in that space and say, Cedric, you guys don't even sell this product, but I want your advice on it. You see, now you know you've gone to that another level with that person. You can't even benefit from this, but they want your advice because they respect what you do and how you do it. That's strategic partnerships.
Wow.
And I add one thing to that. This right here is that too, right? Like, you know, and I love the quote. I put it in the chat. Cedric said, collaborating with people who believe what you believe, but have different thoughts, right? So we all believed in the power of entrepreneurship, the power of supporting Black and brown businesses, the power of, you know, using our platform to help others. But the way we go about it and our gifts and our expertise are different. And so, and I think that's what makes it work so well.
Yeah, totally agree. And this is good for any entrepreneur out there. You're thinking like, how do I grow my business? How do I expand my network? How do I expand my relationships? This is what you do. Get strategic partners, right? Get people, like Cedric said, who like-minded, but do things differently. So you're bringing your gifts together for a greater good. So now you don't have to do everything by yourself. You know, as John Maxwell says, one is too small of a number for success, right? This thing is bigger than you, right? You can't do it all. So these strategic partners and relationships are just key in any business. So I'm right there. I'm gonna put a plug, because we're gonna do a commercial, because that was,
and if you're a D.
Yes,
and if you're a D on the this scale, see what you're doing is you're getting all those people on your side so you can help train their mind to think like you.
Yes,
or either boss them around.
Yeah, right. You know, so when we talk about these partnerships, you know, we have our networking event that's coming up called Connect and Collab. And this is all about forming relationships and strategic partnerships. So we are calling all entrepreneurs out there. It's time for another. If you have been to the ones previously, you know how much you gain, how much new people you meet. It's an amazing experience, virtual experience. So you don't have to go anywhere. You can log in. And it's going to be, so I want you to save the date, March 19th at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I want you to join us for a virtual networking experience. This is doesn't matter how long you've been in business, if you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur, if you're starting out, just a startup, doesn't matter. This event is like none other. It's a no charge event, but you have to register. It will be a time of speed networking, engaging activities, quality conversations with like-minded people, so you can make those strategic partnerships and collaborations. We'll also have an amazing speaker that's going to speak into your life, speak into your business, and will provide amazing strategies for you to grow your business, because that's what we want to do and help you out. So I want you to register. So let's talk about a little bit about Connect and Collab. How has even our previous Connect and Collab, how have you seen it be beneficial to business owners? Cedric and Angela.
Yeah, you know, the thing that I really like about it is that, you know, bringing in dynamic speakers that help attendees think different. You know, Paul Martinelli was our speaker at our last Connect and Collab, right? Anytime Paul is speaking, he's going to help you think differently, think bigger, broaden your horizons, right? So we've had other speakers who have done the exact same thing. And that's what I really like about the Connect and Collab event, and where I've seen it's really been helpful to people. Now, there's a whole lot of other things, but I'm going to share that one, and I'm going to let Angela share, and then I'll I can always add something else as well.
No, I agree with everything you said. The speakers have been amazing. Sometimes there's entertainment. There is plenty of networking. I have seen business pass, as in people leave Connect and Collab with orders for their business, because it's, you know, we don't come there trying to sell, but what we do come there for is, if I have a product or a service that I might be able to connect with somebody and help them with, then it would, you know, I would be remiss, right, if I did not extend that as an offer. So I've seen it all. I've made connections at the event with people I didn't know. And so connection is that thing, right? You know, we talk about it all the time, that you know, Dale Carnegie, one of the most popular books ever is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's all about connection. And so what we want to try to do for people, especially people who work in this entrepreneurial realm, who sometimes don't get that connection, it's good to sometimes just be in a space with people who, again, have the same challenges and the same rewards and the same processes that you do, but that also may be able to speak something into your life or your business life that you hadn't thought of. And people who work for other people don't view business sometimes the same way we do, right? Because, you know, as Nicole says, we the bookkeeper, we the janitor, we the secretary, we the trainer, like we have all these roles. And so when we have pain points, somebody else that's navigated that can really speak into us. So the connection is there. And then, of course, the collaboration, a potential opportunity to really grow your business with someone.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So March 19th, look, you need to mark your calendar. Saturday, March 19th. I've already looked. You're not doing anything, so you need to go on ahead and come, right? Saturday, March 19th. Say it out loud. I need to hear it all over the internet. Saturday,
March 19th.
You need to be in Connect and Collab. And let me tell you what, look, it's going to be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's okay, folks, if you're in Central Time, guess what? It's going to be an hour earlier for you, 9 a.m., right? And on the West Coast, guess what? We're going to be there for your coffee. So it's going to be a little bit earlier for you as well. It's going to be, what, at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you still have time to catch it early. See, this is what about the West Coast folks. They get it early, and then they have the rest of their day to just enjoy, right?
I love it.
So go ahead and Saturday, March 19th.
Saturday, March. Sandra repeated after you. She said Saturday, March 19th. We thank you, Sandra. We'll see you then. So the link is in the chat. Make sure you click it and register secure. Your spot is going to be amazing, and we'll see you Saturday, March 19th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 Central. You don't want to miss it. It will be a time that you would want to be in the room and just get ready. That's all I can say. Get ready. Awesome. Awesome. So, we are talking about business growth and doing different things because at BEI, we are here to elevate your mindset and your money, right?
Quack.
Where the money resides, right? So we are helping you. And these are things that we do in our business boot camp. It's an 8-week intensive boot camp, but we go in depth, really intense. Like it wouldn't be a boot camp if it wasn't intense, right? So let's get back to just sharing a couple of more strategies before we close out. Because, this is good. So if you guys have missed it, just tuning in, we had talked about market research. We talked about sales funnels. We talked about getting comfortable with sales. We talked about customer retention and branding and forming strategic partnerships. And all of these are so important in your business. So another way that we can grow our business is by diversifying our product and or service offerings, right? And so, Cedric, in the boot camp, you do another teaching to help entrepreneurs understand the importance of having multiple streams of income within their business. So can you touch on the importance of this and just how business owners can think about creating those streams?
Yeah, having revenue come in is great, right? Everybody wants to have revenue come in. You want to make sure that you have profitable revenue coming in. But here's the other thing. You want to also make sure that you have multiple streams of revenue coming in. So one area of multiple streams of income is you have, for me, I have revenue coming in from school district. I have revenue coming in from car sales, from restaurants, from Fortune 500 companies, from government agencies, right? Multiple streams of revenue coming in, multiple sources of revenue coming into the business, right? Now, the other way is to take a product that you have and see how can you create an additional stream from that product. Let me give you an example. Burger King, for example, right? What do they sell? Burgers, right? But they also sell, the sodas. They also sell the fries, and they sell the apple pies and all of those things. Those are other revenue streams coming in. But what did Burger King do a couple of years ago, right? They took that same burger and they said, we know that we can tap into another audience and create a different stream. So they came up with the what? Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
Right? They created a whole nother stream for hamburger lovers. Right. And guess what? Guess who they tapped into? People who don't eat meat. Now there's no reason why, if you are averse to meat, you can't come into Burger King. Now you have a reason to come in. Right. That's what you need to be thinking about in your business. I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you're a person who has a program based on books. certain book, right? Now you're selling your program based on that book, selling that program based on that book. But how about if you take one chapter out of that book, let's say chapter 1 in that book, and you create a separate program just around chapter 1 in that book. See, if that book has 10 chapters in it, you can create really 11 streams of revenue from that book, right? You have the entire book itself. But what if someone can't come to 10 weeks of programs, or they can't afford that 10-week program, or they don't have time for that 10-week program, but they do have time one Saturday a month to show up, and you have a specific chapter that you're going to be doing on that one Saturday? Guess what? They can still come to your event. It creates another stream of income for you, right? You can do that with any program or any service. Just sit down and look at all the products and services that you offer. You may not be in the leadership development space, any part of your business. Look at your products and then say, how can I create a new revenue stream? How can I create a different market? How can I tap into another customer base that's not buying my product today? And let me tell you what, every day, all day, and twice on Sunday, if you have additional and new revenue coming in, that's oh happy day. You're singing happy day to that. All right. So I just need you to sit down and think about it, though. It's not something you're just going to willy-nilly just do. You want to sit down and think through how you're going to do it in any time. Trust me, I should be sending you an invoice for this, for creating we call it micro streams. Okay. So I'm going to figure out, I'm going to have Facebook do an algorithm for everybody that's learning this tonight. You get an invoice from me. I just gave you something here, right? Because if you do this right, you're going to gain new revenue in your business. And who can't use new revenue? I can. All right. I know Angela and Nicole, they good. They don't need new revenue, but I do.
No, I need an elevator in my house.
Right. I need the beach, that beach life.
I want to post beach memes every day.
Beach life.
And
I see beach life in my future.
And take the whole month of December off. And,
right. That part.
Hey, well, only Zeus can do that now. So
he said, "Slow down, you peasants." Well, yeah, you gave gold right there. I know in our boot camp, that particular teaching is such an aha moment for many of our entrepreneurs, because they just don't think like that, right? They think of maybe they have to do something else, but everything they need is right there. They just kind of have to think outside the box and build on the things that they already have. So like you said, I hope you all send in the invoices to Cedric, because you get that, you're going to have some money generation in your bank account if you do that. So absolutely gold. And, as we continue to talk about just business growth, another thing to think about is expanding your market, right, into a different market. So I know, Angela, you had just had a great weekend this weekend on your new speaker platform. Did an amazing job. Congratulations. I saw all the pictures looking good on stage.
Look, got my first professional makeup job done ever.
Yes,
I'm probably late to the game. Other people's like, really, the first time? Yes,
it's looking good. And I know this is one of your goals, to expand into the speaking circuit business. So can you talk about what this expansion will do for your business, and why it's important for other entrepreneurs who are really ready to grow to think about expanding into new markets?
So it goes really right back into Cedric's analogy, right? As you continue to think about your business growth, you have to widen your reach. And sometimes it's like what Burger King did and said, yes, we're flame broiled and we're great with the meat lovers, but how do we appeal to this niche market that's out here of people who don't eat meat? But they bring their kids to Burger King, or they're at Burger King with somebody else. And so for me, even though I've spoken my entire, life, even as a young person, I've always been in front of rooms, but it hasn't been a focal point for me, right? And I know that, you know, I've heard that I do a very good job of it. And I see speaking is different than training, right? Mm-hmm. So, because speaking is usually no slides, it's just you delivering, you know, a keynote or something or a speech. And so I was like, you know, I'm ready. You know, the only thing that's been holding me back is me. But the why behind it was, if I really want to reach more people and have more impact, because that's why we're all here. We, you know, like Cedric said, we want to make some money, but we do what we do because we want to have impact. We want to change lives. We want to release people from burdens and limiting beliefs and all these other things that's holding them back. And so there's no way physically for me to go into each room and do a discovery call with everybody that might be a great next customer with me. But if I get on stages and widen my reach, again, it's a funnel. Everybody in the room, I'm not their person. But 2, 3 people, 10 people, 100 people in that room might say, I want to work with her. Her message resonated with me. And so that's the value that I see with expanding my reach with speaking. It gives me an opportunity to find my people.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. So as entrepreneurs, you're out there, you're thinking, you're at a place where you're ready to go and expand. Think about what other market can you do and take your business into. You know, while there are a variety of strategies you can use to grow your business, it's important to really measure what's working, what's not working. Growing your business, it takes calculated risks, right? Sometimes you just got to go out there and try it. You know, get out your comfort zone and try something and see what works. And that's what we are as business owners. We're problem solvers, and we have to take that risk. So guys, you know, got to be strategic and intentional about growing your business. And one way to do that, I want to tell you about our Black Entrepreneurs Institute. We want to invite you to be a part of our next boot camp. This is cohort number 8. Cohort number 8. Our boot camp is an 8-week intensive boot camp that you will be joined with other like-minded business owners just like yourself, and really learning about going deep into these strategies that we talked about today, understanding your branding, understanding your why, identifying your niche, making sure that your business is legal, all the foundational aspects of your business, making sure that's in place. We'll talk about branding, getting comfortable with sales, all negotiation. We talk social media. Like, we really go in there and take our entrepreneurs into this intensive 8 weeks where we have teaching, and then we also have application calls. So it's not just about you learning. You're going to learn, and then you're going to do, and then you're going to take it to the market, and we're going to get results. So if you are waiting to grow your business, take your business to the next level, you need to register. Our next boot camp starts April 5th. The link is in the chat. So register now. Make sure you secure your spot at our next business boot camp. And I'm going to turn it over to our our extraordinaire that goes from ordinary to extraordinary to close us out.
Hey, look, folks, let me tell you what, it's very simple. Every day we get up trying to figure out how we're going to add value to people. Every day we get up and we understand that Black and brown people have certain challenges in regards to their business growth, meaning having a mentor, having the right access to the right resources, being able to access certain capital. It's just a fact of life, right? We're not complaining about it. We're not harping on anything like this, but it just happens, right? We in the Black Entrepreneurs Institute, our goal in the boot camp is to help you understand how to get the tools that you need, have mentors that have been where you're trying to go, have people that can help pull you up and help you elevate your game. That's what our goal is. And that's what we get up every day to do. So go check out the boot camp. You have nothing to lose beside to click on the link and go kick the tires on it. I guarantee you, if you get in the boot camp, I guarantee you're going to elevate your game. You're going to elevate your business, and you're going to elevate yourself. And people around you are going to start saying, wow, they are different now. They're going to see that difference. So we just need you to do that. Hey, but before we leave, I want to make sure you understand that my man, our dude who graduated from boot camp and is an ambassador with us is Kenrick Lynn. And guess what? I need everybody to go tell Kenrick happy birthday. Today is his 25th birthday, and he's celebrating. So I need you to just type in the comments, happy birthday, Kenrick. If you want to go put something on his Facebook page, tag him on it and say happy birthday to my man, Kenrick Lynn. Thank you, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.